Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the MKingz Show, Season 5. And tonight we have a special guest with us. Her name is Melody, but her business name is Say It With Strength. You guys, just to give you a little background on Melody, most of you enjoyed our videos that we used to do with Sunrise. So now we have someone new that does just what Sunrise used to do. So with that
Hello.
said, we're gonna let Melody. And how are you this evening, Melody?
I'm good. How are you?
We are doing great. We
Great,
cannot
great,
complain. So
great,
tell the
good.
people a little bit about Say It With Strength.
Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Melody, but my business name is Say It With Strength. I created this Instagram and business account and the name about 4 years ago. 20 plus years of corporate experience and on Wall Street. February 2018, I experienced the worst type of racism ever.
Oh, wow.
And what made me decide to start Say It With Strength was I was in the bed, 3 a.m. in the morning, watching Martin, eating chips with some spinach dip. And I just started thinking about life and thinking about things to motivate myself. And I said, well, let me start something. Everyone says I'm so good with motivation. I'm like, always putting up stuff on Facebook. And I said, say it with strength. And next thing I knew, I started it and it's just been opening up doors. The most important thing is just not even the business end. It's not even about, the exposure, the money. It's about the feedback that I get from people who are borderline depressed, don't feel good about themselves, not understanding what their purpose is. And when I get that feedback, that Melody, your words help me, that's all I need. And my day is going because we all need it. Social media has so many layers about it, and
Yeah.
people depend on, unfortunately now is the way of the world, social media, and how we perceive ourselves, how we motivate ourselves, and what makes us depressed, or what actually sets off triggers. Sometimes social media could be more of the negative than positive, but people
Hmm.
who are like me, that are behind the motivation, uplifting, like when you get that text or you get that DM that says, Melody, I needed these words today, I feel much better about life, my job is done.
Now, you guys, we met Melody about, what, 5 years ago?
Well, 4 years, 4 years,
About five
four,
years,
four. We've been
four,
married for 4 years.
yeah, 4 years ago at a barbecue. And me and Melody sat there and talked through the entire barbecue.
Yeah, I remember.
Now, y'all know me, I ain't a people person. And
He ain't.
normally, when somebody talk to me, I'll excuse myself and walk away and never go back towards them again. But I was drawn to her. Like,
Oh,
literally, our spirits just met that day, and we sat. Even when we came inside from the barbecue, we sat next to each other, and we continued to talk until
and
I
Kiki,
can't remember who left first. We left first, or she left first. I
you
don't
left
remember.
first, yeah.
But I just know that we talked the whole entire
And he had
night
a
long.
smile on his face the whole time. I was shocked because Joseph just really has this like resting bitch
Because I
face
don't
all
do,
the time.
I really don't. If I meet somebody for the first time
Uh-huh.
and they just start talking to me like you
Hmm.
did, I literally will remove myself because I'm like, why are they telling me? Because you was telling me a lot of personal stuff, and but I was so drawn to you that
Hmm.
it didn't even come across to me like it would normally. Because normally I'll be like, why is this person telling me all their business, and why is this and why is that? But with you, it was just I felt comfortable, and like you said, I felt motivated to sit there and talk to you because it
Hmm.
was like we were two old souls that just met again.
He talked to about you all the way home.
I did.
All the
Because
way
it
home.
was it was really like two old souls that met
Yeah.
again on their journey, just in
Yes,
like a different
yes,
life.
and I'm gonna tell you. So along with motivating people, there has been this huge gift that I've even hidden from family, that I'm able to read people, and I think that's why sometimes if I talk with people, I don't mind being so personable, because there's something within a person's spirit that says, I need someone to feel me. I need someone to, whatever a person's hiding. I mean, we could go to work, we could go shopping, we do whatever, and we have so much on our shoulders, even though we have this face that, to smile and hello, but it's like with certain people, I just feel like a heaviness. And I always like to, you're not the only one going through heaviness, or you're not the only one, that went through battles. And, it's okay to feel how you feel, but just know that it gets better. So that's always been something with me, like this spirit of just like, really? Like, okay, just for people, to be comfortable. Not everybody's comfortable. And some people would take what you tell them and use that against you. But however, let me tell you something. People that do that, when I tell you karma comes in, she shows up and shows out. So, it's never, you never hide yourself from the world, really. You don't tell everybody everything, but you're on this planet for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You guys, you help those to accept who they are, accept their sexuality, accept just them being, who they want to be. And understand that, all that you're doing right now, this chapter in your life is just beginning. And you are helping people more than say, because some people feel so shy talking about, readings and tarot, or, motivation, positivity, negativity. They feel like, it makes them less human. No, you're human. That's what it is. And it's okay, to showcase that. It's okay to say, hey, this is what it is. So.
Yeah. Well, that it's funny that that you're saying all this, because that's really right now where my spirit lies. I'm in this space where, and I have to tell you, coming from a place of mental health, I have bipolar disorder.
Okay.
I have PTSD, agoraphobia, and sometimes I deal with depression and different mental health issues. But where my spirit is lying at this moment is like trying to find absolution in things. When you have bipolar disorder, you get triggered a lot.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You get triggered a whole lot. Like anything, there's things that can trigger you. Like somebody can come in your house and move a chair, and you be like, "Why did they move that chair?" And you get it can upset you. But I'm in a space now where I feel like it's okay. It's okay. To the person that does not like me, it's okay if you don't like me. To the person that does not like things that I do, or things that I say, or things that I exude, they don't like the fact that I'm married to my husband, all the negativity, it's okay.
Yeah.
I find absolution in that, because I feel like everybody on this planet deserves two things. They deserve respect, and they have a right to feel the way they want to feel. And
absolutely. Absolutely. And, the one thing that I tell people, and this is something that I've had to learn, and, whether it's later on in life, and that's fine too, because some people also get caught up with age. Like, I'm at this age, why didn't I have this, or why didn't I have that? It's not of your timing yet, but it comes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, the universe and God doesn't, bless us in certain things just yet, because they're pushing us to push out what doesn't serve us purpose. So you have to go with that timing. As far as, with you are concerned, you never give people power.
Right.
You never give people
That's
power.
it.
You have to be ahead. You have to be ahead. Because, like I tell others, if you're hanging on to someone that hurt you from 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, guess what they're doing? They are not thinking of you. They are living life. They are having sex. They are having orgasms. They are shitting. They are taking showers. They are working. They're going on vacation. They're dancing. They're eating. They're doing all these things that we should be doing in life. And why are we not ahead of them?
Right.
Yeah, they did what they wanted to do.
You sit around and you try, and you be saying, well, why is that person getting ahead? They don't deserve that. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to my son yesterday, and he was telling me about all these things that was going on around him that was negative. I was like, and I said to him, I just simply said, I said, son, I said, why do you continue to beat yourself up and punish yourself by being surrounded by these people that are making you miserable?
Absolutely, get rid of it. But you know what it is? I'm going to tell you too. Sometimes social media.
Excuse me.
That's okay. Sometimes social media can be a very big driver behind our lives.
It
They
can.
see how, certain families hang together, certain friends hang together. Don't, you support people, but, they acknowledge you privately, but not
Right.
publicly. And it's
Hmm.
becoming this nasty platform.
Uh-huh.
So, the advice that I want to give to your son is don't let these people bother you. You know what I'm saying? Because whoever you're worrying about now, the older we get, you start to realize that, and you start to see. My mother told me this, that friends will become this, 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 and this.
Hmm. Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah. Yeah.
honestly. And I'm at this age, I'm 44. 20 years ago, Melody had a lot of friends. Now, Melody has this,
A small circle.
right
That's
here.
it. You
Yes, yes.
know,
And
I told my son, I said, you know what you don't do is you don't unpack. You got all this baggage. You got all these. You got your little Louis Vuitton bag. You got your little your suitcase, and you got all this baggage behind you. But you don't know how to unpack. You got to
yes,
unpack.
yes,
You got to
yes,
unpack and fold
yes.
up what you keeping, and then you got to take the rest and you got to take it and either donate it or give it to charity, throw it, or just throw it away. Start learning how to
Absolutely.
unpack all these things that are going on inside your head. You got to unpack them and you got to deal with them.
Right, right.
You know, and you. I think that's the problem with a lot of people is that what we do is when we are triggered or when we have issues in our life, we feel like it's best to ignore it or fixate our mind on something else than
No, you
deal
gotta
with it
face it. You have to
and deal
face
with
it.
it. You have to learn how to deal with
You have to, yeah,
what's
you
going
have
on. Your
to.
It's just like driving a car. When you're driving a car down the road,
Mm-hmm.
if there's a deer in the road, you got to stop. You got to be alert enough
So,
to
I
see
don't know
that
about that.
deer
Right.
before you get to it, so you can stop on time, so you won't total your car. You have
Absolutely,
to.
absolutely. I gotta tell people too. And actually, my fiance slash husband, he uses this method. I said, babe, I said, we all have a spiritual house.
Mm-hmm.
Our
Mm-hmm.
spiritual house. Okay, so our spiritual house is filled with peace, positivity, self acknowledgement, self priority. We have
Right.
all these layers and floors, and just like your physical house, when you smell something and you know to throw it out, when something is really reeking in your house, the first thing we do is we find what it is, we throw it out, and we don't think about it. So with your spiritual house, when you smell something and you need to get rid of it, do it.
That's it.
Okay,
That's
renovate
it.
your layers. Renovate, your layers. Like, okay, if you want something to expand, in a more positive way, do it. If you want something, if you feel too closed, expand it. If you want to get rid of a floor, get rid of that negativity. But
Mm-hmm.
your spiritual house is very, very important.
It
Very
is. It
important
is.
And
to
I want to
maintain.
tell you thank you for Monday because when we was texting back and forth and you said, Joseph, I feel your energy even in texting, and I told you my feelings and emotions was all over the place. That's when I knew. I said, okay, we gonna interview her because she know what she's talking about. Because she was dead on with what she told me, and I was
Mhm.
like, you really like. I don't want to say set me free, but you really just like helped me
Thank you.
get over why my feelings and emotions was all over the place. It was
Right.
because it was
Oh,
bothering me for a couple of
right.
days. I even made a video about it, and it's my Joseph Ranch video. I even made a video about it, but even I thought making a video about it would kind of release it because I was letting it
Hmm.
go and talking about it, but it didn't let it go. It was just like it was still there. And
Right.
then once you said what you said to me, I was like, she's right. Why am I holding on to this? Like, fuck people.
You so,
Like,
bro. Let me tell you something. Fuck people and family. Sometimes, let me
right.
tell you, I have the past few years of my life has been so good. The scariest part was I had cancer, and
I remember you told me.
yeah, that was the restart of Melody. That was the new beginning of Melody, where all the old things, were pushed all the way back, was closed, was buried, and everything was new. Embracing people who've always been there for me, people who I don't know too well, not really paying attention to them. this wonderful man that is in my life. That is my soulmate. That is my twin flame. That is my protector. That is my knight in shining armor. That is
And
my
when we first met,
pain.
you had just met him, and we was
Yeah, yeah.
talking about if it was gonna last, and everything. And so that's why when you still talk about him, I'm like, I'm so happy for her. It worked because we met like literally when you first met him, and you
Yeah,
really was
yeah.
like, I know I like him. I know that's my twin flame, but anything can happen. So like to hear you still talk about him the way you did 4 years ago, it just it brightens my spirit because I'm like,
Yes,
it
yes.
worked.
And unfortunately, being a reader, I can't see my own stuff.
Right.
I can read everyone else. Sometimes with family could be a little bit blockage depending on what it is. So I'll tell you real quick of what I do. Um, I've had this gift since I was 4 years old. I was at my grandparents' house, and this is on my mother's side. So my mother's parents, I was at their house, and my grandmother's mother, who I never met, died way before I was born, walked in front of me one night, and she went like this to me. Now I'm 4 years old and I'm having a fit. I'm screaming. I'm like, who is this lady? And I remember the next day telling my grandmother, and she actually had a picture of her in the house. And I said, that was her. She goes, oh, you didn't see her. You didn't see her. Oh, I saw this woman. So after that, it came and went. It came and went. Just having feelings about things, seeing things, feeling off people. And I think it's always because like I've never had, maybe one of the reasons why I've never had like I have friends, but never hang out in cliques and stuff like that because it's just certain energies that can drain.
Melody, you did
Interrupted.
okay.
That
You
was a
back.
call. So, so with that being said, summer 2019, actually this month will make it 3 years I've been cancer free, right? And
Praise God. Praise God.
yes, yes, yes. And I remember I went to sleep one night. My father's mother appeared to me, and she was holding like this globe, and she was showing me everybody in the family, including my father. And it was so deep, it was so like overwhelming. The next day I woke up, I had to go see my oncologist, and I'm with Terrell, and I'm walking around, and everybody's a double. And I couldn't understand what it was, and I was holding on to his arm, and I just said, babe, something's wrong. I said, everyone looks like a double, like I'm seeing your twin. Even looking at him, I'm seeing your twin. I actually seen his brother who died on Terrell's birthday on the left side of his shoulder. And I just said, wait, wait, wait. I mean, I said, maybe it's the chemo, maybe it's whatever. After that, everything came in so sharp, so keen that some of the readings that I do now, I can get down to describing your grandmother, her mother, how they were raised. I can smell things sometimes. I can actually look at colors. I can describe the color of a home. I can describe the color of a car. People who's been around you, and I tell people, you have a vision center, right? So from your eyes here to your heart, this is where you feel most of everything, whether it's positive or negative energy. This is where it drains you, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the time you were born until now, everything that you've seen in life is recorded in your soul, and it's recorded in your eyes. So that I can see. I can see who was positive for you, who was negative. I can see, who was good, who was bad, who passed away around you, who's a good friend, who's not. And, I don't invade no one's, personal space. I don't invade anybody's energy unless it's something that, okay, hey, we need to have a session. We got to clear out some things. But
Right.
that's not how I work. Now that I've been exposing that, I can do readings. There's a few people who I thought I was cool with that, are very distant with me. And they're like, I can't believe you do this, Melody. I mean, you're falsifying, giving people false hope. Says who?
Right.
Says who? I said, I'm helping people feed their faith, not their fear.
Right.
Where are you getting this from?
Yeah.
I'm not telling people to cut monkey balls off, chant, jump in the Hudson River, wait for the
Right.
mermaid to come and swing you
Right.
around. Like that. That's not what I do. What I do
Right.
is I see the most heaviest that you carry, and I give you clarity and guidance to get rid of that heaviness and give you that closure. That's what I do.
Okay.
There's no gimmick. I'm not charging, some psychics out here, I don't know what they do, but charging you $500, $600 from some Dollar Made store candle and, just tripping people out. That's not what I do. That's not
Right.
how I was raised. I have God over me. So, I also incorporate that as well, in my readings. Hey, while you're meditating, you say a prayer. I don't care what prayer it is. It doesn't have to be from the Bible. It doesn't have to be from the Quran. It doesn't have to be from anywhere. It has to be from you and within your heart, what your spirituality says. So that's what I get into. Now, can I be petty? Maybe. If they test my Gemini, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you're scared that you think I know you're talking about me? I know you do. I actually have a relative that is scared now to talk to me. Why?
Wow.
Because I know what you're saying. Sometimes, whoever is talking bad about me, it will show to me. And I look back and, I picked that up and I'm like, I know they don't like me for a reason. And I let it roll off my shoulders because I'm able to see that person's foundation.
You know what? I need to ask you something.
And I need
Sure.
to ask you something too.
Yeah, I need to ask you
Go ahead.
something.
Go ahead.
Because there's one thing that has been consistent in my life for, I'd say, the past 30 years now. My dad, he was a police officer. My dad was a quiet man. He was a cool guy. He was tough on me, but he was a cool guy. He wasn't that bad on me, But he passed away in February of 1990. He has been the one consistent thing in my life from then until now. Like, I try to explain this to people, and people don't understand what I mean when I say this. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about my father. Not a day. There's even today, and sometimes I can see him, like, not like I can see his eyes. I can see him, and I've always tried to understand, what does that mean? Why? Because it feels like he's like right here next to me. Like,
Okay.
my father
Say less.
It feels like he's right here.
Say less. So I'm going to tell this to you. Sometimes, when a person's energy is on earth and when they transition to heaven, or they transition, to a higher level, a higher being, sometimes they look back of how they were with family. Because when they leave from earth and go to that higher being, into that different space in heaven and with God, it shows them, who really has the good heart, who was really the good person. And this is your father's way of coming in, telling you, I'm sorry.
Really? Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. If you felt my harshness was too much, I am sorry. If you feel that I was strict in ways, if you feel that I was not understanding, because your father, cool, sweet, but he very ego, pride. That was him. Very, very pride. So that's what I'm feeling right now. Very, very pride man, old school in the same token. So it's like, you were raised when, you have a boy, you can't be soft. You got to be strict with them. You got to teach them, a way how to be a man. And, it's actually sometimes it does the opposite with men, like, okay, they were too hard on me. I'm hard on my daughter. I'm hard on women. So this is his way of just saying, I respect you and I love you and I want you to feel me.
Yeah, wow.
And I want you to feel my heart. And he worries about you. So
Yes, I believe that.
He's calming you. I think if you ever, because I'm seeing him, if you ever feel this, or it's like, ooh, someone like touch me, like, that's him. That's him letting you know I'm here.
Yeah, and you know what?
Yeah.
It's very, it's very, comfortable for me. It doesn't scare me or anything like that. And the last memory of my father that I have is the day that he passed away. My father treated me so nice that day.
Yeah, because he knew.
I was there when he took his last breath, but he treated me so nice that day. And it's so hard for me to explain to my siblings and to my mom and to anybody, the way I felt that day, I just felt like a prince. I felt like my father was a king and I was a prince. He treated me so nice that day.
So I'm
That he
going to tell you
passed away.
something real quick. When I do readings, or if someone who has passed away that comes through me, if I get quiet, is because I'm studying their spirit. And if you see me, like I tell people, sometimes I do readings with them. If I go like this or like, oh, my back, that's because they're pressing me to say something.
Uh-huh.
There's a set of numbers that your father just showed me.
Hmm.
It could come in scrambled, so I'm getting. It could be 10. It could be 10, 736.
736. Wow. Well, my
Or
dad was.
it could be 63701. It's scrambled, but it's these numbers that
I don't remember
surrounds
his
him.
dad numbers. Kim does. But my dad was 47 when he passed away. He was 47 years old. Um,
Okay,
and
so he's showing me the 7. Okay.
his birthday is on May 7th. Yeah, his birthday is May 7th.
Wow.
Yeah, his birthday is May
Okay.
7th.
Wow.
And yeah, he was
It could
just.
be his badge number.
It could be his badge number. It could be. I don't remember what his badge number. My sister knows all that stuff. My sister knows my
So
father.
here's what I want you to do, and I mean this.
You gotta get it
The
to you.
next 3 or 4 days,
Mm-hmm.
pick 3, pick 4, play these numbers.
You need a pen.
No, I can do it with my phone.
Yeah. See, now my question for you after you give him them numbers are totally different. It's similar but different.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, please play these numbers. Okay, so like for pick 3, I would do, because May, right? That's 5. Okay, so I would do like 507 straight in box, or 705 straight in box. I would do it that way. And then for the pick 4, the year that he died,
Uh-huh.
I would do that 1990 straight in box, or his age 47, 90, 4790 straight in box. And if this comes out in the next 3 days and y'all didn't play it, I'm gonna find you in Jersey City. Because the readings that I do sometimes when numbers come in, I tell people to play it. And let me tell you something, it comes out in a day or two.
Oh,
And they be
I'm
like,
playing, 'cause
girl.
you know what? My father, and that's another thing. My father was so lucky and so blessed when it came to playing the lottery. My father, he bought our house because he won the
Wow.
lottery. He won like thousands of dollars.
Right.
He won
Right.
enough money to buy the house in cash and pay for the cash. My father used to play the picket every single day. He had all the books and stuff like that.
Yes, yes,
He
yes.
was just a numbers guy,
I'll
you
show you
know.
the number. Play these numbers, and definitely see what happens. Actually writing this down.
Yeah, I'm gonna play him.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
I don't know how personal
Just one other
I
thing.
can. Go ahead.
Just one other thing I gotta
well,
ask
she's
you.
gonna ask you how personal can she get.
Because I just want to say something. He's showing me your family dynamics.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There, little drama here. Someone, one of your siblings felt like they weren't loved or equally loved. What he's saying about this is, this is so weird to come out to say it like this. If you think he didn't love you, he did. He did.
I didn't realize that
he-
until
yeah.
I didn't realize that until years later. See,
Yeah.
my father
He
wasn't this man that said I love. My father never told me he loved me.
I know. That's what I
He
say.
never
Say
told me
less
that.
for a minute. Say less. Say less. Say less.
Mhm.
So, ooh. Okay. Okay. He's funny.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
My
Because
father is Fred Sanford. He's
Yeah,
afraid for
he's rolling his eyes like he could deal with family, but in ways he couldn't. He was like, y'all too much. I gotta something's wrong here. I don't know what I did wrong, but you have to get it together. His thing was out of his children, you were the one he trusted the most. And if you think he didn't, you're the one that he trusted.
Wow.
You are the one that he trusted because you always gave him the same face, the same energy.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, and he trusted you the most.
Yeah, I was the yes kid. I was the yes kid. I always said, like, I was raised that you never disobey your parents.
Right,
So
right,
I
right.
was
No,
always the kid that I never said no to my parents ever.
Who's
ever.
the one that has the Southern roots?
Me and my dad. Me, my dad, and my mom.
Okay, I'm talking about like mostly. Okay, so I'm talking about like I'm feeling like North Carolina, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama.
North Carolina.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's why he's instilled in you, and that's why he's around you, and that's why he's just letting you know, I'm blessing you, son.
Yeah,
I'm letting you know.
Deep Southern values when it comes to even the way I talk. Like my husband, Joseph gets a kick out of me. He laughs at me sometimes because sometimes my Southern accent. I can't help it.
I can hear a little bit of it, a little drawl.
Yeah, I have this Southern drawl. I can't help it. And Joseph gets a kick out of it. He's like, "What did you just say?" I'm like, "Yeah, boy, you know what I just said." But but that is just something, and it comes from my father. It comes from like if you've ever watched the show Sanford and Son, my father and I are the Southern version of Sanford and Son.
Of that.
Yes, we are. And matter of fact, my middle name is Lamont. My father named me Lamont after Lamont Sanford.
Real quick, who is the Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces?
I have a sister that's a Scorpio.
Okay.
And she is a firecracker. Oh my gosh, she's a firecracker. But she is so intelligent, and she's very good with words. I'm not gonna say creative. She's just good with words. She's like this one right here.
Okay, all right. I want to show you just a card real quick because while your father was channeling in, this is really representing you. I love this card here, the Temperance card. So remember how you were saying that, you see him all the time? This is your angel. That's your angel. He is the one that sends you the blessings. He is the one that, anything that you touch turns into sunlight.
So my dad is my angel. Is what
that's your angel. That's your angel.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So you always pour into yourself, both of you. You always pour into yourself.
Yeah. I feel like this is very good.
Times.
I really do. I feel like there's been times in my life when I've been like physically ill, like health wise, and my father has saved me because my father he died. He had congestive heart failure.
Yeah, and that's what I'm feeling here. It started in his arms.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
He had congestive heart failure. He had, and I feel like, now because I deal with a lot of health issues, such as I have kidney disease. I have, a lot of complications from diabetes. And I feel like whenever something goes wrong, my father is there to save me. He's like my Superman. Like I think about him, and he saved me. Like I just 2 months ago, I ended up having to go to the emergency room, and for some reason, I woke up. I said, Joseph, I'm having shortness of breath, and he was like, "Well, Tramel, you need to go to the hospital. We need to take you to the hospital." I was like, "Joseph, I'm fine. I don't want to go to the hospital." He's like, "Tramel, you really need to go to the hospital." But I felt this energy over me saying, "Tramel, get your ass up. Listen to your husband. Get your ass up and go to the hospital." And that's exactly what I did. And had I not done that, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Right.
I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Did they find anything? They didn't find anything too harsh. I feel it's more of just a more of a really deep anxiety
Mm-hmm.
than anything else. I honestly, with your health, I'm not seeing anything harsh at all. I'm just seeing, we're getting older. We got to take care of certain things,
Yeah, it's
but
like
more on a spiritual side.
right,
Um, it's certain, like I said, burdens that you carry or you
right.
overthink,
Well, see,
and
I
and
accept
that
things.
puts that on
I
your
just
heart.
accept things. I accept things. Like the doctor told me I had kidney disease. He's like, Tramel, it looks like you're probably gonna have to go on dialysis. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Okay, so what do we do? What do we need to do? What do we need to do to fix this? And he's like,
Right,
okay, we need to do A, B, C, D. And I'm like, okay, I'm just one of those people. I accept things as they come along. I'm not gonna be
right,
depressed about
right,
it. I'm not gonna
right.
depress
No,
myself about it. I'm just gonna accept it, and it's a part of my journey. And so, I don't know where that comes from. I don't know why I become so okay with things.
that's God, sweetheart. That's age. That's you maturing. That's you breaking free and understanding that you come first.
Mm-hmm.
More of me, less of them. That's
Mm-hmm.
where that comes in, that sweetheart. So
Mm-hmm.
you're good. You're good.
Mm-hmm.
You're
And
Now
good.
you
let me
know,
So
ask you.
nothing
Now,
else.
let me ask you. See, I need you to fix my husband.
well,
I
she
need to
needed
fix
to
him.
fix me.
But hold on. Let me tell her why I need to fix him. See, Joseph, my husband, as you can see, he looks like he is the sweetest person in the world. He is. Joseph is the sweetest person in the world. He's a
Yes.
teddy bear. He's a big old teddy bear. But
Yes.
where I get frustrated with him is that I don't like to see him upset. Like today, we were in the
I'm an
car today.
Aries. This was going to
We were
Oh,
happen.
in the car
child,
today.
listen. Well, you buckle up,
Yeah,
because my best
yeah.
friend is the
But
same way. Aries, yeah. When they okay, understand something by nature, he is the ram. By
yeah, I know that.
nature,
I know that.
by nature, and
I've learned that.
unfortunately, this is just something that won't turn off because
Right,
he is very defiant. And he's
right,
structured. He is
right.
organized. He is. Wait a minute, what the hell is going on? No, I'm
Uh
not
huh.
going to be quiet about that because whatever I need to make noise about, I'm gonna
Right.
shake it up.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He'd be like, no, Tramel, that ain't supposed to be like that. That ain't supposed
Mm-hmm.
to be like that, Tramel. It's supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
this way. And like today, we were driving in the car, and in Jersey City, I don't know if you was up on Kennedy Boulevard today, but Kennedy Boulevard was a mess
Let me
today.
tell you something. I live right here. I'm on Summit and Montgomery. I'm in
Okay.
McKinley Square. So I know all that was closed off. I
Oh
was
yes, yes.
Grand Street, all of that. Yes,
Him,
yes.
he was cussing. I mean, he cussed from the time we got on Kennedy Boulevard until the
So did
time we
I.
got off. And I'm like, Joseph. I said, Joseph. I said, why are you sitting up here getting yourself upset about things that you have no control over? I'm going to need for you to calm down. Tramel, this is stupid. Why don't they do this at night? They need to work on the streets at night. I said, Joseph, when they're
He's
planning
right.
these things, they don't consider us, the residents of Jersey City. They just plan it and they do what they do. He was
Woo.
cussing. I'm like, Joseph, calm down, please, because he Joseph will get mad and he will stop the car and he will get out
And
and
war.
leave. And I'm like, Joseph, why is you leaving me sitting here? He will get out in the middle of the street.
Joseph, what are we doing? Come on now. Oh, all
He'll
these
say,
type of
he'll
road
say,
rage people,
I give up.
child.
Is it my
I
turn
give
yet?
up. I'm done.
Is it
I'm
my
done.
turn
And he'll
yet?
get up and he'll walk out. He'll get out the car.
Because I really
He's
have
gotten
some
out the car
deep
and left me.
questions I need to ask.
So
Yes,
I'm
honey.
going
Go
to
ahead.
need
Go.
for
Listen,
you.
you are Aries. Look, you are Aries. Now let's take it down a notch though with the tantrum now.
Oh
I
no,
can see
I'm
you was
calm
Oh
probably
yeah,
now.
2 years
we'll have a
old,
I'm
temper
child,
tantrum in a minute.
calm.
He
throwing
a big old
things and
baby.
everything.
But
He a
you
big
the
old baby. I had a baby shower for him about 4 years ago because I told him, I said, you are the biggest baby I have ever met in my whole entire life. So we had a baby shower. We had a real baby shower.
a
Everybody wore
birthday baby
pink and
shower.
blue and stuff because my husband loved him to death. And he's 6'4".
She know.
6'4". You see how big he is, but he will give him a rattle and a nipple and he will have a temper tantrum
I
in a
can't.
minute.
I can't.
So
So what's the question, sweetheart?
My
my
question,
question,
let me answer my question. My question is what I want you, well, it's not really a question. What I would like for you to do is give him some type of, I'm not going to say a tool, but something that he can do
Yeah, that's cool.
when he gets so infuriated, because he gets infuriated. Like I remember one day we was in the kitchen and he abused the waffle line. He took the whole waffle line and threw it across the
Because
room
it should work the way it's
just
supposed to work.
because the waffle didn't come out the way it was supposed to. So I, in
Well,
these
that's just him
instances,
being greedy, because I could be the same way. That's just greed.
no,
He wants his waffles a
beats
certain way.
himself up.
I get it. I get it.
He
We'll
beats
talk
himself
about
up.
that.
We'll
talk.
what he does is he beats himself up, and I'm like, Joseph, it's just a waffle.
Mm-hmm.
Don't beat yourself up about it. But Tramel, I did it wrong. And I shouldn't have went this way. And I shouldn't, like today, he was like, I shouldn't have went this way. I should have just stayed home. Or I should have went the other. And I'm like, Joseph, stop beating yourself up. That's what he does. He goes through this thing where he beats himself up to the point where it just ruins the whole
So
day.
say less, because I study you and I study him. So I want you to say less. And this is what I'm going to say to Joseph. He loves you, and he wants to have perfection. Aries are like that. They want to have perfection. He wants to make sure that no matter what's happening, that you are comfortable, that you loved, and knowing that he loves you and that he's going to always make sure that you feel good. That's where that comes from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. So that's just him, just working overtime. And it's gonna well,
very,
with the Aries, you had to deal with it a little bit, but that's just him being passionate.
Yeah,
that's all.
He's very endearing to me. He's very.
Yes.
He loves.
Child, listen, take that, because some of the readings that I do, these men don't even give a woman a 4 for 4 from Wendy's. You hear me? Ooh. So for him saying, okay, I gotta make sure my man is right, the food is right. When I tell you, embrace it, because it can be too much. So Joseph, what's the question you have, honey?
So my question is kind of the opposite of Tramel's.
Okay.
So every time, and I'll make it short and sweet so you can do what you do. But every time I have ever gone to a psychic, they have always told me that I was highly clairvoyant. Even when we had Sunrise on the show, she was like, Joseph, you should start doing tarot because you are highly clairvoyant. And I know I am, because I can think about somebody I haven't spoke to in years and they pop up. I told my best friend that somebody I stopped speaking to years ago was going to tell me happy birthday on my birthday. And actually they did on somebody's post, but I had them blocked. So they had to do a screenshot and say, how did you know they were going to do that? Like, I just know some things without knowing. Like, it'll just come to me and I'll think of somebody and they'll call me, or I'll think of somebody, or I'll go looking for them on Facebook and I'll find out, unfortunately, that they passed away. Like, things just come to me. So I just don't know how to tap into it. I even brought tarot cards and said, I'm going to learn how to do this. And it just didn't come to me.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to tell you, because I told somebody this the other night when they were talking about. Before
you tell me that, I'm telling you that for a reason.
Okay.
I'm telling you that because even my mother knew that dreams would come to me. And like I told her, I dreamt one time it was raining inside my apartment. And 2 days later, the person upstairs, their washing machine overflooded and it came into my apartment. With that being said, I just knew when my mother passed away that she was going to constantly come to me because she knew that I could do this. My mother has never come to me other than just dreaming about her and just having normal dreams. And I felt some kind of way because I was like, well, why hasn't she come to me in a dream? And why, and then the preacher preached, when he preached her eulogy, he looked at me and my sister because it was something we both said. And he said, you wonder why your mother didn't tell you goodbye, because when she got to look at the other side, she missed you too much to come back. And she just went. So my thing is, unlike Tramel, where he said he constantly feels his father, once in a blue moon, I'll get a whiff of her perfume. And then when Tramel convinced me to do my nails, everybody was like, oh, my whole family was like, oh my God, your hands look just like your mother's. I couldn't like the pictures on Facebook. And that's the only reason, honestly, why I keep getting them done, because my hands look exactly like hers.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is the length she kept her nails. This is the shape. Everything looks exactly like hers. And the reaction she thought I was gonna have and my sister was gonna have to her death went
Mm-hmm.
in reverse. My sister, because she had a baby, not saying she got over it, but she had a reason to get up in the morning and do what she had to do because she had a 4-year-old. Me,
Mm-hmm.
I was the one that actually stopped my life, stopped living my life, and just went into the shell because I was a mama's boy. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
a true mama's boy. And
Mm-hmm.
it just, I didn't even realize up until my mother died in 2010. It'll actually be this month on the 22nd, it'll be 12 years. I didn't realize until like 2017 that I was still mourning over my mother's death. And
Mm-hmm.
then when I realized it, I was like, okay, I got to get over this. And I did. But it was just, it was hard for me because it was like, I don't know, it was weird. It was like, I really thought she would come to me knowing that I could see things. And
Okay. So here's what I want to tell you. Okay. Say less. I want to give you a whole overview. All right. One, take out tarot for a moment. Take out cards. I tell people what draws people to a reader, to a psychic, to a tarot reader, clairvoyant, whatever, is because without looking at the cards, they already pick up. They already have a gift. Okay, they already can, pick up your sign. They can pick up what you're carrying heavy. They can pick up your personality. So this is where that starts from. Then you can go into looking at cards because people will read about zodiac signs and pick up a deck of cards and say, "I got it." That's not how that works.
right,
Cards are supposed to tell you, what you're feeling, what you see with them. That's how it displays out. And like, okay, like if I shuffle these, right? And if I do this, if I'm doing a reading, I always trust the cards that fly out because that means that's the universe, that's God
right.
that's showing me, hey, this represents both of you, by the way. But this flies out, I put them down. I say, oh, okay, well, we already got messages coming through. Are you highly clairvoyant? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. But there's layers to this. You know what I'm saying? It could be clairvoyant of, everybody has a niche. Some people are very good with the future. Some very people are good at present. My niche is your past. I can tell you about the present. I can tell you what can happen in your future, but mainly it's always the past because everyone who I talk to needs some type of clarity or closure from the past. I have
Yes,
yet to
I
hear somebody
noticed
say,
that
well,
about you.
how is my job going to be? Or how's this? It's always been something with something they need closure with. So with your mother, this is another thing too. When a person passes away, there's levels to it to get to closer to God. So the higher they are, the further they're away from us. And that's her being assigned as your angel to look over you. So that's probably why, she's not coming into your dreams the way she should. But when she comes, she will come. And that's why it's going to be little messages here and there, little things that may, to do things like her, to smell like her, to eat the same, foods like her. That's another way of her coming through. I would say work on understanding, because before I got into actually the card self, I had to understand what Melody is able to see, what I'm able to feel. And anytime when you sit with someone and you give them a reading, you are liable for their mental stability. Because if they're depending on you to make them feel better, to get paying you money, to seeing all these things and to saying, hey, okay, are you sure? You really have to, it's, how can I put it? It's not easy. It's not easy because there's different extremes. Sometimes there's a person that has so many energies around them, it can cause a blockage.
Mm-hmm.
If there's certain questions that's asked, you have to know how to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
You have to know, and sometimes again, not only you're feeling off the energy you're reading, but the person that they're around. So if they're coming to you with questions about their husband, about their daughter, their son, their boss, you have to channel in their energies to give them a full picture. Mm-hmm. So what I want you to do is each day, even if you go on Amazon, I want you to buy sage. This sage.
Yeah, we had
And
and he used to
yes,
spray that he had this sage spray, and he would
no, I
spray
need
that
you.
all the time around the house.
No,
I'd be
No,
like,
regular
mm-mm,
sage.
no, I'm sorry.
okay,
This,
The
okay.
burn.
okay,
This is
yeah,
the real. This is the real deal. This is what cleanse
yeah, we have
your
that. We
energy.
have that.
Okay, I want you to burn that. I want you to lift your windows up. I mean, it's hot tomorrow, but when it cools down a little bit, I want you to burn this around the house because I want you to feel good. When you wake up in the morning, if you're kind of feeling like a little bit of anxiety, I want you to tap the ground. Even if you go outside and take a little walk to your car, I just want you to feel back. I want you to connect, okay? Connect. And that's going to help you to like move forward. That's going to help you to just, more understanding of, what you feel and why you feel these things. Then practice a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe, I don't know, go look at somebody's picture, you know what I'm saying? And be like,
See, I
what,
used
what
to.
can what can I pick up with this? Or not with that, but just, sometimes just meditate within yourself. Pick a moment, sometime during the day, disconnect from everything, turn everything off, light some like white pillar candles, and I just want you to and
Could
breathe.
his
And I want
mother
you to
be
breathe.
coming to him through me? Is that possible? Because
No.
I'll tell you this. I
Mm-hmm.
went through this period when we first got married. I went through this period of just depression because I had heard so many great things about his mom, and I felt so bad because I never met her. I never met his mother before, and there were opportunities for me to have met her, but we
Mm-hmm.
just never met. Joseph, he just never got around to
Mm-hmm.
introducing me to his mom when we
Mm-hmm.
first met. And I have to say that there every now and then I think
Mm-hmm.
about his mom, and I see her face. There's a picture of her on the refrigerator in our house
Mm-hmm.
here, and when I look at that picture, I
Mm-hmm.
it feels like she's sitting like she's in the kitchen with us.
Mm-hmm.
Is that some
Well,
type of energy thing with me, or is that his mother like coming to
Yes.
him through me?
I apologize. This is my big baby Tyler. When he
Um,
sees the cards, he's 20 pounds, by the way.
I
When
got to
he
see
sees the
this.
cards, he loses his mind. So I'm
Mhm.
sitting here like, okay, can mommy please finish this? Yes, this is my
no
big
wait.
baby.
No wait.
Um,
Yeah, he's a big boy.
When you
He's
picked
a,
up the cat, I said, "Oh no, my mother ain't there with her right now because my mother hated cats."
he
But
let me tell you something.
technically,
He's 2 years old. He is damn near 3 feet long.
oh
He's this
wow,
he's a big boy. He's one of the biggest people come in here. They're like, whoa,
he look
what
like
is
Jack.
that?
mhm.
And I said, okay. I said this is Tyler. Listen, all right, I'm almost done.
Yeah, we had
When
a
he
cat that
hears
looked just like
these,
that. His name was
And
Jax.
he come
oh
running.
yes,
Uh,
he like I gotta get into it. He puts his paws on it on everything. So let me
wow.
tell you this. I want you both. Um, okay, your mom.
Like I see her like sometimes
Yeah,
like
I'm
we're up in our
sorry.
bed.
I'm a little quiet because I'm studying her a little bit. She's not
Mhm.
coming through as deep as your dad, but one thing I can say is that your mother was a pure woman. Your mother was strong. She was strong. Um,
That's
she was
what I
strong with
hear.
her faith. She was funny. Um, she was the one that we pick up and go. Hey, mom, we're gonna go to the store and go have lunch. I'm getting ready. So like she
Hmm.
was that. Um, she's saying to you, boy, if you don't live your life and let me breathe, please,
That'd be
please.
about right.
Yeah, okay, please. This is what I'm getting from her. Like, please, and even with your father, Chamel. So for both of you, you have to some way, somehow, let their souls rest. Because when people who we love pass away, they're always assigned as our angels, as our
How do
guardian
we do that?
angels.
How do we do that? How do we let their
So
souls rest? Because you know, it's
here,
not
so
for.
so this is okay. Say less. Say less. Just hear me out.
Mhm.
Okay, I understand what you're gonna say. This is how you do this. how you let their souls rest is not beating yourself up over and over again of questions. If you have the answers to it, why didn't this happen? Why did this happen? You should have done, like, you have to let them rest in order for them to rest, to give you the clarity and have that peace. You
So if
understand
they
what I'm
tell you
saying?
to do something, you do as you're told. Like sometimes I can hear like my father say, Tramel, you need to take your medicine. And I'll go for hours and hours and hours, and I won't take my medicine, and then I'll just break down
Mhm.
and say, okay, let me take my
Well,
medicine.
that's fine. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they come through, for a reminder for you, that's
Hmm.
great. But as far as it's a beautiful thing of keeping their spirit alive, but you
Hmm.
have to keep it alive through how they are now, which is peace, which is calm, no negativity. They're not
Right,
stressing about
right,
anything. You know
right,
what I'm saying? They're
right,
only
right,
what they, I mean, no matter who has hurt them in the past, who they got into an argument, what family member, drama surrounding, that's not their problem no more.
right, right, right.
So there's ways that you guys have to have also some clarity and closure for them, so that way they can ease on the blessings that's deserving to you, so they can function well. Because when a soul is not resting, nothing around them does.
Hmm.
So they're your guardian angels to assign to you. So the best thing to do is you have to let their souls rest. You have to say,
Okay.
okay, you know what? I've missed you so much. I don't know what it is. You got also you too. You have to have your own self forgiveness. So if you weren't around them that much, or something was said, or whatever, you too, Joseph with your mom, Jamel with your dad, you have to find forgiveness, and it's already there. So you have to center yourself because they need rest. Joseph, especially your mother. She's like, please let me just boy, you're great, you're loved. Like this is what this is like her personality, what I'm getting from her.
Right. Everybody
And
talks
and
about
that and
his
that
That is
mother.
her to the T.
Everybody
Everything you
talks about
said
his like everything that you just said about his mom
that's
is
her.
everything that I've
wow.
heard about her.
Even when I had to close her in her casket and I was like really gonna break down, my sister couldn't do it. She was like, Joe, I'm not doing it. I can't do it. And I said, well, she said, you're gonna do it by yourself? I said, yeah. When I stood there, I could hear her saying, you are such a crybaby. Boy, just close the casket and let me go. Because that was her. And I could hear her right in my right ear say, you are such a crybaby. You better not cry. Close me up in this casket and let me go.
Wow.
With that, I'm gonna tell you something. Be human. If there's going to be moments that you think of her and you want to shed some tears, shed some tears. You know what I'm saying? It's healthy. I don't want both of you to suppress certain emotions because it's going to make you feel like you're going to be stuck there. You're already stuck with not releasing what needs to be released. So on
Right.
your own time, when you're ready, then you do that. It's healthy. It's okay to get mad. It's okay to shed tears. It's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to shut down without explaining yourself to anybody. So overall, energy that I see within both of you, I'm seeing good things. I'm seeing blessed things. Like life, we go through the ups and downs because why? We deal with friends, we deal with their shit, we deal with family, we deal with their shit. But I want you to limit yourself with that as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to take on the world. You don't have to take on the burdens. You two love each other. You know what I'm saying? You do have a few people who are jealous of that because, and please don't take offense when I say this too, because I have a lot of friends, gay friends, lesbians, transgender, drag queens, whatever you want to call it. And there's always this competition in this community with one another. Like a friend of mine told me he's gay too. I love him. His name is Jamal. He said, "Child, I can't stand the gays." He said, "I'm 53 years old. I cannot stand the gays." He said they're doing too much, and I just start cracking up. And I get what he's saying because those who have to start this competition is within their own insecurities. So
Uh-huh.
be careful who you allow in. Like, I could post up pictures of me and Terrell. I'll tell little things here and there because we're not going to allow the outside miserable people to dictate
But it's
how we love one
misunderstood, right?
another.
Everybody
Right. How it's
misunderstands.
loved. It's like, they think, okay, once you get married, all the romance goes away, this and that and the third. That's not that's their misery. That's their, take on it.
Right.
That's not yours. So make
Mhm.
sure you don't mix that. You don't cross those lines because you guys are good. But again, you're basic, but here's the thing, what I mean by basic. Please don't take offense to that. Simplicity, blessed, happy. Okay? You have people want that basic energy. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to prove nothing to nobody. You love doing these shows and these podcasts and talking to people. And let me tell you something. One person that watches this, they'll feel good for the rest of their life. Okay?
Right.
So you're doing something that's good. You're doing something from the heart. Both of you are, okay, there's two types of people that walk this earth. You have real and you have pure. The real follow, the pure lead. Both of you are pure. Because you don't look to this person. You know what I'm saying? You don't look back. You go ahead with your own. So you lead. And that's a
We
beautiful
really strive
thing.
to be that. We really, really strive to be that way. We
Yeah,
really
yeah.
strive
Even
to
if you
be
strive,
like,
it's already there. You don't have to push
Yeah.
it. It's already
Now I
there.
have-
You just put out.
we strive to be authentic. We
I
really
have
do.
one more question, and
Yes, sweetheart. Go ahead.
and we kind of touched on it before we started recording. In September, we are looking to do a move. I know you do more past than future or
Mhm.
present,
Mm-hmm.
but
right now.
what do you think is going? Should we not? Should we go where we're thinking about going?
Yeah, we have. There's a transition that we have to make. We really have to make this transition. And it's like
Okay.
we really want to
So?
make the right move this time. We really like. Not that we haven't made good moves. We made great moves. We just.
Well,
I
wanna
you
just
make-
don't
have-
want to do like we did when we went to upstate and then regret doing it and then
Okay.
come back where we started.
If this is within your heart that you want to do, because with one of you, I'm feeling one that's like I want to do this, and the other's giving me like they're on the fence. There's some nervous energy that's there. If this is a comfort for you, do it. However, if you keep thinking and you keep going into the same feel about it, whether it's a good feel or a bad feel, if it's a good feel, go for it. If it's a bad feel, stay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because this was something that's been planning for a while. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's a new start. It's a new beginning.
Yes. Yes.
This comes also along with strength. This also comes along with just, you know what, we have
Right,
each
right.
other. Okay?
That's what
We
I'm
have
feeling.
each other.
That's
So,
exactly what
go
I'm feeling.
for
I'm
it.
feeling like
Go for it.
I'm feeling like now,
Go
right
for it.
now, is the time that both of us, because although we've been on the same page for the past 4 years, it feels like right now is the
Mhm.
perfect time for us to do everything that we want to do and we need to
Go
do,
for
we
it.
desire to do,
Go
because
for it.
it feels
Go for it.
strong. It feels
Yes, go
strong.
for
You
it.
said
Real quick,
you
I
said
want
the
to tell
magic
this.
word.
Yes. Now, along with this is the death card. Now, don't be scared. The death card, this is not meaning physical death. This is meaning that all your old feelings, your burdens, your fears, your nerves, that's going to be
That-
away.
Oh my
Okay?
God.
And whatever tries, you see this here? Whatever tries to push you, you're strong enough to kill it. Kill it.
Uh-huh.
Both of you are going to be in your strength with this new beginning. You control your power grid. You understand that? So this represents you. All the new growth, how, it's flowers, there's strength, there's beauty. That's all coming in your
That's
new
how
phase.
I feel. That's exactly how
Listen.
I feel.
The Kingz, honey, the Kingz. Look at this. So all new beginnings. Go for it. Do it.
That's how I feel. That's
And-
exactly
and
how I feel.
What you said was exactly what I said to him because I've been there before and I didn't like it. And I said, well, only difference is I didn't know it was you. And you
Mhm.
said distinctly looked at that card and said, "What's different this time is that you have each other," which took because I'm the one that's kind of on the fence. Jamel is like, "Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it." I'm the one that's on the fence, like, I've been there before.
No, but I feel
But
this.
I was like, it might be
There's this
different because
strength.
I have him. It's
Yeah.
different than the last time because I was by myself the last time.
Yeah, but there's this strength that I feel like we can weather through. You know, there's this strength that I feel like we can weather through. Like it's like, you know, I know that it's going to be a little difficulty, but I think that the strength that we have amongst one another is what's going to be able to carry us through what we
Absolutely.
need to get through.
And you don't let the outsiders to dictate that, okay?
Right.
You know of your husband, you both know of each other. That's all that matters. And if you're in agreement of what you want to do, then go ahead. So life is short. You know what I'm saying? This year we have witnessed of COVID. We have witnessed 19 children decapitated by a bullet. And they're small babies. I tell people, live your life. So what you want to move, what you want to do, don't let nothing stop you. It's a very good decision. I see a lot of good things around that, a lot of good positivity, just starting over. I mean, you know, of course, you know, with any type of move, you know, there's going to be a little aggravation here and there. But Tyler, what are you looking at? Stop. But yeah.
But I mean, this time we have really been thinking about it. You know, the last time we made a big move, it was just spontaneous, you know. But this time we have really been thinking about, like, okay, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do A, B, C, D. We've really been thinking about it, you know. And we really most important, we've really been we've been thinking about, okay, Joseph and Tramel, you guys deserve to be in a better place. Put yourself in that better place. Put yourself there. If you can put yourself in that better place, then everything is going to be all right.
Yes. I just want to put here moving, because just in case we talk, I know the Chariot card, green lights, go. Do it. Do it. Nothing will hinder that. And I just feel, you know, all positive moves with that. What is he doing? Okay, sorry about that. Listen, he's not your average cat. He's over here trying to knock off something. Like, what are you doing? He's trying to get my attention. That's what that is.
He's mischievous. He being mischievous. That's all.
Well, you know, he's somewhat. He's not like that. He's different. He's different. But this is a cat that, you know, he loves cornbread. He likes waffles. He likes lettuce, fish, shrimp, chicken, honey, roast beef, turkey, ham. He's sitting here. He eats his other stuff, but he's different. He's definitely different. That's our baby. But anyway, my phone is at 10%, so I don't have to charge this up soon. I thank you guys so much for giving me this opportunity as we can talk.
Yes, we can continue this. Let's continue this. Let's do a part 2.
Sure, we definitely can. Whoever watches this, if they want a reading, you can reach out to me. You can follow me on Instagram. It's Say It With Strength. If you look at the picture, it has a set of red lips. That's me. And we can move from there. But overall, you guys, I want you to continue every day waking up and walking in your purpose.
Yes.
And I want you to stop second guessing yourself. When you do these videos, or you feel like you don't get enough likes, or you don't, whatever. Listen, there's a person that enjoys this. Keep the energy, keep it going, keep it fresh, keep it interesting. And just, again, be yourself, be you. Yeah. You guys are good.
And again, y'all, you can find Melody on Instagram at Say It With Strength. If you have any questions for Melody, leave them in the comments below, or leave a comment below if you want Melody to contact you on your social media platforms so that you can get a reading from her. Her readings are not expensive at all, not like some other clairvoyant, motivational people. Her prices they're phenomenal, actually.
Yes, people. So just to let you know real quick, one question, $15 for 30 minutes. 3 questions, $30 for 45 minutes. And if you want all questions, that is $40 for a full hour.
Okay. So there you have it. And you see that's great prices compared to what some people charge.
Yeah, most
And
definitely.
just they charge you $90, $100 just to give you some generic stuff that you already know.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, you know, everybody
Like
has a different delivery, but
And as y'all
yeah,
see,
we're
she
good.
didn't ask us our birthday. I told her I was an Aries.
Right.
She didn't give us general information. She gave the way she described my mother was to a
She was
T.
ready to take me down.
And
South
she
Child.
ain't never met my mother before, but everything
Yeah.
she said my mother said was stuff my mother
Yeah.
would have said.
Yeah.
Trust me, that's why I was laughing, because I'm like, yeah, I can hear her telling me, boy, leave me alone.
Uh-huh.
That was coming through me. But I thank you guys so much. Like I said, every day wake up. More of me, less of them.
That's
Okay,
right.
that's the daily mantra. And once
I'm
you
going
say
to
that
use
more, that puts you in the front burner of your own self
See, I
acknowledgement
told you I
and
was thinking
priority.
right when I was telling you I was Beyonce.
Child, thank you, Melody. We really appreciate it. And
Welcome,
we are
you
going to do
guys.
part
Thank
2.
you.
And I'm going to hit you up on
Okay.
Instagram. And
Okay.
everybody else, you know where to follow us on all social media platforms. And if nobody told you they love you today, know that me and Tramel do, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Absolutely.
And y'all know what it is. It's what?
TheMcRae.
All damn day. Later, y'all.
Take care, guys.
Talk
Bye.
soon. Bye-bye.